Hey, it's Emma with Polly's Paper Crafts, and on the screen right now you can see the sketch that I will be using, or that we will be using, for Sketch It Out with Claudia and Emma. So if you're new to my channel, then this is a series that I do with Claudia Van R, and a link to her channel or video will be in the description box below. She's incredible, and you know, we've been doing this Sketch It Out series for a little while, where we just take every other week, one of us picks a sketch and we both do a layout on it, which is always really interesting because it provides different results every single time. So I chose a sketch this week, and at the start there I was showing you the papers that I picked out and the reason I'd picked them out. So the sketch I found on Pinterest, and it had sort of elements along the bottom, and I knew this paper with the big sort of floral bit at the bottom would be perfect for that. And then there was another paper from Simple Stories with lots of clouds on, and that would pick up on the clouds that are in the sketch. So that was my sort of thinking on this one. I recently bought a sewing machine, and I've been using it just to do sort of very simple stitching. I set it up last weekend, and I've been making like notebooks and all that kind of thing, and that I can do that. It's fantastic. This was the first time me sewing on a layout, and it went completely wrong. So what I wanted to do was stitch around the edge and stitch the patterned piece of paper to the solid cardstock. Simple, you would think. No, not for me. I put some double-sided tape in the middle, thinking that would hold it in place while I stitched. Of course, while I stitched, it sort of the foot on the sewing machine, I can only assume, sort of pushed the paper slightly out of alignment, and it wasn't my friend. So I kind of tried to rip it up, like I haven't got a seam ripper, that's the next thing on my list. So I kind of tried to cut it, to straighten it, to restitch it. In the process I ripped my paper, so I cover that up later. And then I thought, right, okay, we're just going to go for it, because I didn't have any extras of these papers, and I knew this was what I wanted to do. So I stitched all around the edge, and it's basically left me like a weird little pocket. It's like an air bubble underneath, but it's just how the paper is like twisted as it's gone through the sewing machine. If you have sewed on a layout with a sewing machine, then please leave me tips in the comments below, because I don't want to ruin another piece of paper. But yeah, I mean, I like the way the layout turned out in the end, but it's just got this bit of a weird bubble in the top corner. I can live with it. It's not the end of the world, but yeah. So I'll put the sketch on the screen again, and hopefully you will be able to see kind of where I was going with it. I've taken the inspiration from the clouds, and I was thinking I would do them around the sort of background, but you'll see it kind of changes. And actually, I'm really sorry, this video cuts off before I was completely finished. Moral of the story is, make sure my camera is charged before I start recording. It kind of cut off the end, but I will leave you some still photos, and hopefully that's okay. But yeah, so this is a photo of me. I took it actually at work. I was at my desk, and there's like a notice board behind me, and I do actually do some journaling on this one. I call it I call it Wonderful Every Day, which is kind of stealing IKEA's catchphrase. And then I journal on it, and I just say, every day for the last 4 years I've gone into work and begun my day. This year is a year of change. I'm moving classroom and will be working with someone new. This photo was taken at my current desk with our class notice board behind me. So next year will be a fair bit of change at school, the school that I work at, and it will be interesting, I think. But I liked this photo and wanted to scrap it. It looked good in black and white, I thought. Plus, it really makes those florals really stand out, because they're a really nice, bold colour, which I really quite like. So you can see that my original idea of the clouds being behind the photo has kind of changed. So I've got 3 of the clouds with my photo just kind of tucked in there. And I really like that die cut from Simple Stories that says Rise and Shine, because it's this photo was taken obviously in the morning. So yeah, I'm up quite early to go to work. And I'm just using these alphabets from Bella Boulevard. I think they're called Tiny Text. And I use the orange and the red. They're really nice bright colours, which I really like. So how are you all? You know what, I was thinking, I would love to see if any of you guys use the sketches that me and Claudia use. So I think, and I haven't discussed this with her, so I hope it's okay with Claudia too, but if you decide to make a layout based on one of ours or one of the sketches that we use, and you want to share it, then like tag us in it on Instagram. So I am Polly's Paper Crafts on Instagram, and Claudia is Claudia Van Our Design, I think. But I think that would be really fun. I would love to see what you guys make. Now, my layout is gonna, or my video is gonna cut out just around about now, and I don't really do much else. I add some black enamel hearts from Illustrated Faith, and I add some splatters of Mr. Huey's Double Yellow, and that's pretty much it. But I will leave you with the sketch again and some close-ups of the layout, and I really hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, guys, bye!